Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to remove a round window and install a new rectangular window. In order to do this, we'll have to remove or temporarily take out the siding directly around this round window, and we have to cut a little bit around the entire perimeter to loosen up this plastic piece that goes directly around the exterior of the window. Once we have access to the area directly next to the window, we're going to be able to remove the screws or the nails that is attaching this window to the exterior of the house. Now, the reason why we're doing all of this is because on this side of the house, it gets a ton of sunlight. After a certain point of the day, the sun just hits it and it gets super hot. On the other side of this round window is a small bathroom, and so it gets super hot in there, and this window is solid, it doesn't open or anything. So the client wanted to take this out, put in a new rectangular window that has an opening function, so that way they can let the air flow inside, and it will help alleviate that massive heat that comes from the direct sunlight. Another kind of tip or idea, if you have this kind of issue or situation, you can look into getting like an awning and installing an awning on the outside that will give you a little bit of shade so you don't have that direct sunlight. But once we took out that plastic around the perimeter of the window on the outside, we were able to remove all the screws that were attaching the window and take out the window entirely. Then on the inside, we're gonna have to install new framing so we can basically install the new rectangular window. I believe the new one, it measures 2 feet tall by 4 feet long. The client had already had that window ready for us, so we just had to go off of the measurement, and that's what we're doing right here, is just framing in the new rectangle. And once we have it all the frame in place, we're going to be able to cut out all of that round old frame to match the new one, and then we'll be able to put in the new window from the outside and secure it to the framing that we're doing right now. All of this, the nice thing is that the bathroom was completely exposed, so it was very easy and straightforward to work with. We're using material that you can find in your local lumber store. Just I think all in all, I bought about 4 or 5 2x4s, and I didn't have my framing nailer with me today. I'm actually working on moving that to my truck over here because the framing nailer, it helps quite a bit. But instead on this one, we're just using some screws to secure all this framing onto the existing framing of the house. Once we have that frame in place and exactly the measurement that we need, we can go ahead and start cutting out all of the perimeter from the inside. We're using this multi-tool or oscillating tool, and we also use a sawzall. So we like to use the DeWalt power tools, and it's not like promoting the brand or anything. The reason why we use DeWalt is because from the very beginning we started to use that brand, and in order to so we can use the batteries for all of the tools and just keep everything consistent throughout all of our trucks and everything, we just kind of decided to keep the same thing going. I actually just ordered a grinder through them because I didn't have one, so I ordered it right now through Amazon, and they have really good pricing. I'll actually leave a few links in the description below, so if you want to check out those links, you can purchase some tools and equipments that you need to do this kind of project. And if you purchase them through those links, that will help keep supporting our channel. Once we cut out the perimeter, we actually had to move the framing a little bit towards the exterior of the house, and the reason for that is we noticed that the framing of the window, it was not as wide as the old window. So that's why we had to move like all the framing a little bit closer towards the outside. And directly onto the frame, we're gonna install this three-quarter inch thick plywood material. We're gonna attach that directly on the outside, so it will match basically the level of the exterior plywood. And then on top of that plywood, we're gonna be installing some section of the foam. This blue foam that you see right here, it's what they had there previously. Below that, they actually had this tar paper. So we're just gonna follow the same pattern that the homeowner had there before. You could also use house wrap if you want. You know, like I said, we decided to kind of keep it consistent, so we got this exterior tar paper, and we're gonna be cutting it to size and just attaching it with some staples. And then on top of this, we're gonna be putting in some new sections of the foam. The foam, you know, it comes in different thicknesses, you know, like 1 inch, 1.5, 2 inches. This one was 3/4 inch thick, but I ended up getting a 1 inch thick foam, and that matched the level perfectly. So I'll show you that here in a little bit, but right now we're focusing on installing this tar paper, cutting it to size around all the perimeter, and we also applied some foam. You can see it right there on the left. We put some foams in the gaps around the edge of the frame. That's something very good that you can do. And then also around the perimeter, we're installing this flashing tape. This is like a flexible stretching tape, and it has adhesive on it. And all it says is you just need to, with a roller, apply some pressure, and you can, you know, put that directly onto the surface, and it holds really strong. So you just kind of lay that around the perimeter and just pull it down as much as you can, just to kind of overhang around the perimeter, and then that will help to give you some waterproofing around the edge. Then once you have that completed, we can go ahead and install this new window. This one is really nice. On the inside, it has this little lever that you turn in like a clockwise motion, and it opens up the window, like super nice. So once we have that, we put it into the framing area that we set up, and we're just attaching it with screws. You can see there's a flange around the outside of it. We just screw into each hole, and that will secure it to the wall. Then afterwards, I mean, like I said, we're just gonna put that foam onto the bottom section and just wrap up a few details. The siding, this is like a vinyl material. We actually found a supplier. There's not many, but we found one that I believe they have something similar to what the client has right now. That's something that will be done later. This video was mostly focused on removing the old round window and framing in the new frame and installing a new square window, so you have an idea of how that type of work is done. But I hope you like this video. Please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel and activate the notification bell so you won't miss out on any videos. May God bless you, and I'll see you on the next project.